Hi, welcome to a new video about CodeFlow Canvas. Here I show an LLM chat assistant using the OpenAI Chat Completion API, which is built in CodeFlow Canvas. It has the following features. It posts, of course, to the OpenAI Chat Completion API. It receives an input JSON, which is controlled by the new JSON mapper node type, a user text input node type, and the chat history flow variable. It has support for streaming. There's also a basic function calling example in the flow, and it shows the markdown output which is sent from the Chat Completion API. And this is what the flow looks like. Of course, this is not meant for end users, but just for demo purposes and to test if I could build something like this in CodeFlow Canvas. This green node is the fetch node, which calls the chat API. It receives some JSON, for which I built a new node type, which has some special commands, which you can see here. That are all the properties which have an @ before it. It's used to map flow variables to the output JSON. And this is the user text input. If I press send, then the API is called and you can see the flow running. When I increase the speed, you see that the message is being streamed in, and when it's finished it will appear in this bottom node. Oh, excuse me. There it is. There's also support for function calling. With function calling, you define a function that is being called, that you have to call yourself, but the response from the OpenAI Chat API tells you that you need to call that function. And in the JSON, you can define what that function is and what description is linked to it. And here is just a request for the current weather. And this is the function that's being called. It always returns the weather was fine. And as you can see in the bottom, that is what is returned. You can also use the timeline slider to scroll through all the steps that have been made when I was executing this flow. And then you will also see that streaming. So I hope you liked it. If you want to try out this flow yourself, it's in the examples drop-down. And of course, you need an OpenAI key, which you can enter in this dialog input. This is not sent to any servers, it's only sent to the OpenAI APIs, so it's not stored anywhere, just locally in memory of the browser. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.